Hello students, I am Dr. P.C.Kambodia, Associate Professor in the Department of English, BSR Government Arts College, Alwar, Rajasthan. This video is for the students of B.A.Part-1 Compulsory English. In this video class, we take up the comprehension passage exercise. I read the comprehension passage and thereafter we shall be discussing its questions. No man can be a good teacher unless he has feeling of warm affection towards his pupil and a genuine desire to impart to them what he himself believes to be of good value. This is not the attitude of the propagandist. To the propagandist, his pupils are potential soldiers in an army. They are to serve purposes that lie outside their own lives, not in the sense in which every generous purpose transcends itself, but in the sense of ministering to unjust privileges or to despotic power. The propagandist does not desire that his pupil should survey the world and freely choose a purpose which to them appears of value. He desires, like a Toperian artist, that their growth shall trained and twisted to suit the gardener's purpose. And in thwarting their natural growth, he is apt to destroy in them all genius, generous, vigorous qualities, replacing them by envy, destructiveness, and cruelty. There is no need for men to be cruel. On the contrary, I am persuaded that most cruelty results from thwarting in early years, above all, from thwarting what is good. Repressive and persecuting passions are very common, as the present state of the world only to imply powers. But they are not an inevitable part of human nature. On the contrary, they are, I believe, always the outcome of some kind of unhappiness. It should be one of the function of the teacher to open new vista before his pupil, showing them the possibility of activities that will be as delightful as they are useful, thereby letting loose their kind impulses and preventing the growth of a desire to rob others of joy and happiness. Many people decry happiness as an end before themselves or before others, but one may suspect them of sour grapes. It is one thing to forget personal happiness for a public end, but it is quite another to treat the general happiness as a thing of no account. Yet this is often done in the name of some supposed heroism. In those who take this attitude, there is generally some vein of cruelty based probably upon their unconsciousness and envy, and the source of the envy will usually be found in childhood or youth. It should be the aim of the education to train adults free from their psychological misfortunes and not be anxious to rob others of happiness because they themselves have not been robbed of it. As matters stand today, many teachers are unable to do the best of which they are capable of. For this, there are a number of reasons. Some more or less accidental, others very deep seated. To begin with the former, most teachers are overworked and compelled to prepare their pupil for examination rather than to give them a liberalizing mental training and education. The pupil who are not accustomed to teaching, and this includes practically all education authorities, have no idea of the expense of spirits that involves. Clergymen are not expected to preach sermons for several hours a day, but analogous efforts are demanded of teachers. The result is that many of them become harassed and nervous, out of touch with recent work in the subjects that they teach, and unable to inspire their students with a sense of the intellectual delight to be obtained from new understanding and new knowledge. This, however, is by no means the gravest matter. In most countries, certain opinions are recognized as correct, the others as dangerous. Teachers whose opinions are not correct and expected to keep silent about them. If they mention their opinion, then they are considered to be merely not sound enough. The result is that the inquiring young too often have to go outside the classroom to discover what is being thought about the most vigorous mind of their own time. There is in America a subject called civics, in which perhaps more than in any other the teacher is expected to be misleading. The young are taught a sort of copybook account of how public affairs are supposed to be conducted, and are carefully shielded from all knowledge as to how, in fact, they are conducted. When they grow up and discover the truth, the result is too often a complete cynicism in which all public ideas are lost. Whereas, if they had been taught the truth carefully with proper comment at an earlier age, they might have become men able to combat evils, in which, as it is, they acquiesce with a shrug. This passage is about the teachers and also about the propagandist and the problems that teachers are facing these days. It deals with the qualities that a teacher should have. It also focuses on what a propagandist needs. It also tells us how teachers can improve. Now, There are some teachers who take part actively in students' politics. They become propagandists. So this passage gives a message to the teachers also that while they are in educational institute, they should remain teachers. They should not try to become propagandists. Otherwise, they will destroy the intellectual qualities within a student. Now we come to the questions, the exercise part of this paragraph, that is to know how far we have understood the text or how far we have imbibed the contents of this comprehension passage. I read the questions and thereafter we shall be solving the answers. What qualities should a good teacher have? It comes in the very beginning of this comprehension passage. The qualities that a teacher should have are warm affection and genuine desire. So these two qualities are needed: warm affection and genuine desire to teach his students. Then we read the second question and will try to find out the answer to the second question. What qualities does a propagandist include in his disciples? The qualities that a propagandist wants to include in his disciples are envy and cruelty, destruction. Envy, cruelty, and destructions are the qualities that a propagandist would like to incorporate in his students. So, this paragraph is reminding us of the difference between a teacher and a propagandist. A teacher should never try to become a propagandist. But it is our misfortune that some of the teachers, while remaining in educational institute, they become propagandist also. This habit should be curbed. Then we come to the next question. What vista should a teacher open out for his student? A teacher should open out vista before his pupil to show them the possibility of activities that will be as delightful as they are useful. Then the next question: why are teachers unable to do the best that they are capable of? The teachers are overburdened. This is the reason that they are unable to take out the best of which they are capable of. Then, why it is important to teach carefully the truth to youngsters at an early age. Then, it is important to teach carefully the truth to the youngsters at an early age as they become men to undertake and combat with evils. So this is all about this comprehension passage. The students, they can read the books of the syllabus in order to solve exercises if they are set for the comprehension passage, and the comprehension passage in that case would be the scene 1 as it has been taken from their textbook. And if the student wants to practice for unseen paragraph or passages, then they can take any other book, try to solve the exercises and check whether they have understood the text or not. Those who are regular students of my college, that is BSR Government Arts College, Alwar, Rajasthan, they can solve the comprehension passage exercises and they can send their answers to my mail, that is cambodiapc@gmail.com. I shall be checking them and then passing my remarks. Thank you so much.